Welcome everybody, Farm Sim Snowy here. In this video we're going to look at a new mod map released for Farming Simulator 19. This is Mod Test Map by NinjaCurt. Says on the mod hub, starting as a new farmer, you step into a fully running farm with everything you need to get right to work. The idea was to have everything needed to test mods quickly. The headlands on the entire map are a separate property. In new farmer mode, you own the entire map to start. All animal pens are already installed. You have 20 of each animal, no horses. Cow pen has milk, manure and liquid manure. Pig pen has manure and liquid manure. There is a separate field for every fruit. All fruits are ready to harvest. A harvested field with straw to collect. A cultivated field ready to plant or plough. A patch of 25 trees ready to harvest. A wood crusher at the sawmill. A main farm with house, silo and shed. There is selling points for everything. Spinnery, sawmill, BGA, animal dealer, barn and bakery. BGA has digestate in the tank. All the water hoses give water. Pressure washer at vehicle shop. Field missions on fields not owned. Transport missions. You own one each of all pallets from shop. 3 egg boxes and 4 wool pallets. Own a stack of each kind of bale. A starting vehicle for most jobs, gas station and lime station, vehicle test areas, slalom, bumps, dirt oval track, car crush and 8th mile drag. And not new farmer mode, so if you play on new farm manager or start from scratch, you get a fun map, field missions, transport missions, gas station and lime station, selling points for everything, vehicle test areas, which is the same what I've just said, the slalom, bumps, etc., and a couple piles of manure. So what is this all about? Cut a long story short, it is basically a map where you can come on and test your new mods. I've got a test map. I currently use flat map because obviously it is a flat map, so you haven't got any trouble placing any placeables, and the download megabytes isn't very high. But this one is only 26.26 megabytes to download, so that's quite amazing. And the good thing about it as well, you don't have to use it as a test map. You can do pretty much what you like with it, should imagine. So I've come on to this in new farmer mode, like I do most of my map tours. So if we look at the map, it's like that. Most of the fields are pretty much the same size, except these, but then those 4 are the same size as well. So in new farmer mode, you, like it says in the description, you own everything. So the BGA, all the fields, all this area. If you did want to buy anything, the sort of outline of the map is 984,000. So if you're in the other 2 modes, and then you've got these areas, 244,000. The BGA is going to cost you 506,000, and then these field prices, the ones that are roughly the same size are pretty much the same price, so 288, and there you go, exactly the same price for those ones. I think those ones are slightly different, but then they're all the same price up there. These ones slightly cheaper, 128,250. 126, 128, like so. You you get all your animal pens down the bottom here, which we'll look at, and then you've got your sale points. Everything's pretty much in the middle here. And on new farmer mode, it is 623 slots, which seems fairly high, but you do get a ton of equipment. And the good thing is you don't have to have everything. There's little bits and bobs dotted around the map that we'll show you in a second that you can sell or remove, which will get that slot count down. If you come onto it in Farm Manager or start from scratch, it's only 232 slots, but you don't start off with anything. And like it says, there is contracts available. So on new farmer mode, currently there's none available. But on new farmer mode, you just get transport missions because you own all the fields. But in the other two modes, you will get field contracts on any fields that you do not own, which is pretty cool. And let's give you a little show round first. We'll start right over here. It's quite flat map as well, because like I say, you can do pretty much whatever you want with it. So just here, if we turn on the map, is our barn sale point. Just up there where you sell your bells. Just over here is your animal dealer. And you know, you don't, like I say, you can use it as a normal map. I mean, there's obviously no traffic, there's only this sort of road here, but you could use it as a normal map, do whatever you want. You've got your gas station there and your lime station there, and then just here, I think this is the slalom, so that's a quirky bit if you wanted to test out how quick you can weave in and out with any of your tractors or whatnot. You've got these bumps, we'll look at all these in a minute, we'll test them out with one of the tractors. Just through here is our shop. You've got your main shop trigger there, like so. If you buy anything, lease anything, it spawns just out here. Just over here we've got a pressure washer ready to use. Your vehicle workshop triggers just there, so you can sell, customize or repair anything. And then we've got the BGA here, which you do start off with in new farmer mode. So you come round in here, you've got your tipping digester there, and your digestate will come out over here. Now it does say in the description that there is digestate in the tank, but if we go into our prices menu and go across, it doesn't show digestate on there. But I mean, if you just pull up underneath there with a tanker, when you press the trigger it will come up and it should show you how much is in there. I haven't actually tested it. You've got some big bunker silos there. I think there's 5 of these, so you've got plenty of them. And run across the road, that's where all your equipment's stored there. We've got standard in-game farmhouse. And actually I'll show you the animals in a sec. Let's carry on along this line. We've got a standard in-game large grain silo, so it's just going to hold all your main crops. There's already some crops in there on new farmer mode, so that's going to be a 200,000 litre capacity. And just here I think is the spinnery. Just double check, yeah, we're at the spinnery sale point there. I'll come back to all these bits there in a second. Just here is going to be the bakery sale point, which is going to be all your main crops. all the other sale points are pretty self-explanatory. So your spinnery is going to do your cotton and wool, your sawmill do your wood chips and your lumber, etc. And if we whiz along, let's go this way, because just over here we got our wood chip sale point, just in there. And then just round the corner we've got your lumber sale point area just there, with the trigger just there. Now what's quite cool, where this is obviously a test map, everything's in place for you, so you can just have a mess around. So you've got a static wood chipper here, but just here you've got a few trees there. I think it said 25 on the description in the mod hub. So if you got if a new forestry machine comes out, harvester, and you want to test it out, you come on this map, you can try it out, and the sawmill's just there behind you. And then obviously you've got all the crops. We'll come to all that in a second though. Right, let's show you the animal pens. They're the standard in-game animal pens. They're all the large versions, and like it says on the description, you start off with 20 of everything apart from the horses, and as you can see they're all the large pens. The cows start off with some manure, slurry and milk. So if you wanted to try out a new tanker that holds milk, you can come on here and you've got milk there ready available. None of your animals have got any feed or water, so if you wanted to look after them properly like that, you'd have to do that. The pigs also have got manure and slurry ready available for you if you needed to test a slurry tanker or something like that, a manure spreader. The sheep haven't got any wool, and the chicken haven't got any eggs at their pen, but I will come back to that in a second. Then just over here you've got your pig pen, again with 20 in already for you. There's your sheep, 20 again. If you do come onto this in the other two modes, bar manager and start from scratch, the animal pens aren't here, but all these like dirt areas where the triggers and troughs would be are there. And you've got, in the pigs and the cows, you've got 2 piles of manure where they would be in their manure pits. But I mean, you can obviously landscape it and do whatever you want really. That's your horse pen, obviously no horses like it says. And just over the back there we've got our chickens, again with 20 in. We'll come back to the equipment as well in a second, because I just want to show you what I was saying about the wool and the eggs. So just over here, like it said in game, in the description, you start off with a pallet of everything from the shop. So you start off with 4 wool pallets. So again, if there's a new auto load trailer come out, say for wool, you want to test it out, you can just pull up there, you've got wool ready to go. You've got, I think that's sugar cane and poplars, I think. And then you've got all these big bags, lime, pig food at the back, seed pallets, seed big bags, herbicide, fertilizer. There's 3 egg boxes there, saplings, more seeds. And then here you've got 2 cotton bales. And then this is quite good, you've got round bales and square bales of everything: hay, silage, grass and straw. So again, I know they're quite close, but if there was an auto load trailer come out, you could maybe pull up, test that out, see what happens there. So there's quite a lot going on. And like I say, if you want to use it as a normal map, then you can get rid of stuff, you can sell off. If you come on new farmer mode, you can sell everything if you want, sell it off, You can landscape things, you can make the terrain a bit more hilly if you want. So this is all our equipment, which is just, there's tons of equipment. You've got everything there ready to go. So let's have a look at it. You start off with a Voucher N174, a John Deere 6250R, a John Deere 6155M, a Fendt 1050, Case 9240 harvester, the Krona Big M 450 mower. It's all big equipment, look, most of this. Agroliner HKD 302 trailer, 2 of those. The Strautmann SEK 802 trailer, the header for your harvester, a corn header for your harvester. You've got a big cultivator there, and you've got the Great Plains seeder stroke planter, which will do everything for you. Fertilizer spreader, a weeder, a loading wagon, baler, a water tank, front loader attachments, and then you got all your in-game animal pens, your grain silo, a big easy shed where all your equipment's under, and your wood chipper, your pressure washer, and your farmhouse. And that can all be sold off, all of that. And like was said in the description, if we go back onto the map, all these fields have all got crops already in. So you've got wheat on one, barley, oats, cotton, canola, tens of grass field, sugar beets, potatoes, corn, soybeans, sunflowers. Number 9's a cultivated field. Number 8 had wheat in, but it's been harvested and it's got straw swath on there, so you can come on here with a new loading wagon or something like that and test that. You've got sugar cane, you've got poplars growing there, so you've got plenty to use and test. So the grass field, if there's a new mower come out, you can test that. And I think if we go into landscape mode, we'll get up high a bit so you can see all that. So let's whiz up there. So that was your wheat, barley, oats, cotton, canola. There's your grass field, look, all big fields. Sugar beets, potato, so that was corn, soybeans, and sunflowers. And then there's your cultivated field. So if you want to come on here and try a new seeder or planter, you've got that ready to go. There's your straw swaths, the sugar cane, and your poplars. So you can do whatever you like, test whatever you like. Oh, and over here, this is a good touch. There's a grass field which has already been mowed for us. So again, if you want to test out a windrower or a tedder, come on here, it's done. Just over here is another grass field which has actually been cut and tedded, if that is the word, or had a tedder run over it. So again, you can windrow that up if you like. And then these are the quirky little bits which we'll have a look at in a second, because they're quite fun. Quite cool. I think if we take the big bad Fendt, so let's have a little whiz. I think this stretch of road is the where's the description in the mod hub again? I think that is the 8th mile drag. So if we go back into landscaping, I think back here, yeah, you've got the white lines like a start and a sort of stop, I presume. I'm guessing that's what that is. So if you wanted to test out the speed of one of your vehicles, you can do that. and then you've got your oval track just here, but in the middle we can do a little bit of monster truck driving straight over the crushed cars. I just think it's got some quirky little touches. And then you can test out the suspension on one of your tractors or vehicles going over your little bumps. And then this is the slalom, so if you wanted to see how quickly you can go around. Obviously my driving skills aren't very good. As you can see, terrible. There you go, that's pretty much it. I think I've covered everything. But like I've said, you can do whatever you like with it. You can plant more trees in one of the fields if you want to do a bit more forestry experiments. It doesn't have to be used as a test map. I probably will change flat map for this. Then I'll probably tweak a few things, get rid of a few things, like maybe these bells would go away or they'd be moved somewhere else, because I think they're too close really to each other to try and test like with an auto loader. I think that's pretty much it. Nice easy one. There you go, everyone should have a test map so you don't mess up your actual game that you're playing. And that is Mod Test Map by NinjaCurt. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, then please do, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos of mine. I've been Farm Sim Snowy. Stay frosty.